Okay, so good day. For today's video ay pag-uusapan po natin ang topic na applications of maxima and minima na isa sa mga subject po sa ating differential calculus. So, meron po yung mga steps na kailangan nating sundin pagka tayo po ay magsasolve ng maxima and minima. And mamaya sundan na lang natin yung steps na yan based doon sa magiging problem na isosolve natin, no? So, dito muna tayo mag-proceed sa problem. So, meron tayo ditong problem ng application ng maxima and minima. So, sabi niya dito, a triangular corner lot has perpendicular sides of length of 120 feet and 160 feet. Find the dimension of the largest rectangular building that can be constructed on the lot with sides parallel on the street. So, drawing muna natin yung statement ng problem bago natin basahin yung steps na nakasulat. So, sabi, meron raw triangular corner lot. So, kumbaga merong lote, no? So, medyo masaklap rin yung nakabili ng lote nito, no? Triangular. So, kumbaga triangular corner lot has perpendicular sides. So, ito yung sinasabi niyang perpendicular sides. So, ibig sabihin, meron siyang kung ito yung ating corner lot. So, kumbaga ito yung ating magiging daanan, no? Ito po yung magiging daanan ng ating lot, no? So, sabi niya dyan, find the dimension of the largest rectangular building that can be constructed on the lot with sides parallel on the street. So, magko-construct raw ng building dito sa lote na triangular lot. So, ano raw yung dimension na largest? Ibig sabihin, maximum building that can be constructed on this lot. So, let's say this is the rectangular building that will give the largest dimension. So, nagvo-vary kasi yan kung ang kung ang pagko-constructan mo ay mas maliit yung distance dito, mahaba nga yung distance ng vertical niya, may clean naman yung distance ng horizontal distance, no? Ganon din dito, kung maliit, tapos dito naman is mahaba. So, baka mamaya pagka ko-construct yung building sa sobrang liit ng lapad niya or width niya, halos ganyan ka na maglakad, no? Kapag maliit yung kanyang distance. So, anong kailangan nating gawin ay i-let muna natin to na ito ay yan yung ating rectangular building, no? So, hindi natin alam kung ano yung dimension na yan. Pero sinabi dito na ito raw po ay meron tayong 120 feet. So, let's say ito po yung horizontal distance na 120 feet. Tapos ito naman po yung distance na 160 feet. Okay, so meron po tayong choices dyan. Mamaya i-check natin kung ano yung magiging sagot based doon sa choices. So, ito po yung ating rectangular building. So, hindi natin alam yung distance yan. So, pangalanan na lang muna natin itong distance, x yung horizontal, tapos y yung vertical distance. So, basahin na po natin yung steps sa pag-solve. So, ito na po yun. So, sabi, what is the largest rectangular building na pwede nating itayo dyan? So, sabihin natin ito yung maximum area na pwede nating maitayo doon sa triangular lot. So, sabi niya, express the quantity to be maximized or minimized in terms of a single variable. So, sabi niya kasi dito, largest rectangular building. So, kung gagawa po tayo ng equation dyan, the area of this largest rectangular building, or sabihin natin ito ay A lang muna. So, mamaya i-maximize natin yan. So, if that is the area ng ating rectangular building, so that is x times y. Okay, so that is xy. Okay, so from that xy, sabi niya dito, express the quantity to be maximized or minimized in terms of a single variable. So dito po sa nagawa nating equation, yung ating area ay in terms of two variables. So sabi niya doon sa step 1, dapat ma-express natin into a single variable. So gawan natin ang paraan na maging single variable siya. Okay? So if this is y, meron ba tayong relation na pwedeng makuha in terms of a single variable x lang para pwede natin siyang may input dito. So let's try. So if this is distance x, so distance rin ito ay x. So if this is 120 and if this is x, so ano po yung distance dito? That is 120 minus x. Okay? Tapos kung ito naman po ay y, distance, so yung magiging distance naman dito sa part dito is 160 minus y. So depende kung ano yung express natin na distance. So let's say yung y ang papalitan natin, so mag-ratio and proportion tayo, y over yung distance na 120 minus x is equal to, ilan po yung distance na to? 160 over 120. So solving for the value of y, ito pwede nating ma-reduce into its lowest term. So y is equal to, kapag dinivide natin ito sa 40, so magiging 4/3 po yan ng 4 over 3 ang simplified form yan pagka kinalculate natin, tapos multiply by 120 minus x. Okay? So ito po yung magiging y. Okay. So substitute natin yung area dyan. So area is equal to x multiply by 4/3 ng 120 minus x. Okay? So i-ano na po natin, simplify lang po muna natin. So yung area natin dito can be 4/3. Okay, yung x ay distribute ko na dun sa 120 minus x, so magiging 120x minus x times x becomes x squared. Okay? So take now the derivative with so ayan na pala, nagawa na natin yung step 1. Okay? So sabi niya, maximize or minimize in terms of a single variable. Nagawa na po natin. So proceed na tayo sa step 2. Sabi niya sa step 2, differentiate the function determined in 1. So ide-derivative raw natin yung nagawa natin doon sa step 1. And set the derivative equal to 0. Okay? So take the derivative muna. So ito yung step 1. So dito, step 2 na yung ginagawa natin. So, take the derivative raw, dA over dx. Take the derivative of the area with respect to x. So, that is 4/3. So, pwedeng iwalay na natin yung constant, tapos, saka natin i-derivative po yung nandoon sa loob. So, 120x minus x squared. Okay? So, if that is now the derivative, sabi niya, we have to set the derivative equal to 0. So bakit ba kailangan nating iset ang derivative equal to 0? Kung maalala natin yung ating discussion about the maxima and minima, kapag meron tayong graph, so let's say this is the graph of the function. Okay, so ang derivative or ang ating y prime is the slope ng ating function. So kung ang slope po ng ating function natin ay maximum or minimum, therefore yung kanyang slope na equal din sa y prime, dapat ay equal siya sa 0. At kailan ba magiging 0 ang slope? Kapag horizontal po yung kanyang slope. So yun po yung dahilan dito sa concept na to kung bakit yung set the derivative equal to 0. Yun po yung explanation nun. So kung maximum naman yan, you have to set also your y prime or yung slope na equal din sa 0. So, ganun po yun. So, parang dito, we have to set yung ating derivative equal sa 0. If area is a function of x. So, mangyayari dito, magiging 0 is equal to 4/3 multiply by derivative ng 120x minus x squared is what? So, that is 120 minus 2x. Okay? So, yan po yung magiging equation yan. Then, ang gawin po natin, i-multiply natin both sides to kay 3/4. Okay? Bakit natin i-multiply by 3/4? Para mawala itong 3 dito, tapos yung 4 dyan. Then, simplify po natin, magiging 120 minus 2x is equal to 0. Then, solve for the value of x. The value of x is 120 minus 2. That is, what is the value of x? If that is the equation, so magiging 60 po. Anong unit ng 60? So, dahil fit yung mga nandyan, fit po yung ilalagay natin. No? So, to solve for the value of y, okay, saan po natin isa-substitute yung value ng y? Dito po sa equation na nandito. Itong nasa taas. Okay. So, i-substitute natin yung 60 dito sa equation ng y dito. Which is 4/3 ng 120 minus 60. So, 120 minus 60 is 60. So, yung 60 na yun, divide mo sa 3, magiging 20. Tapos, 20 times 4. So, the value of y is 80 feet. So, you just simply substitute na. So, ibig sabihin, ang x distance natin ay 60 feet. Tapos, yung y naman natin is 80 feet. So, ibig sabihin, ito po ay 60 feet by 80 feet. So, ibig sabihin, ang sagot po dyan sa problem na yan ay, ito pong letter D. Okay? So, the answer for that problem is letter D. So, question. Sir, paano kung hindi ako marunong mag-derivative? Kaya bang madiskartehan yan kapag given po ang multiple choice? So, sa tingin nyo, kaya po ba? So, kaya naman. Sige. I-discuss natin yung diskarte kung paano magiging diskarte natin kung hindi na tayo magde-derivative. So, hindi na tayo magde-derivative pero kailangan ay marunong pa rin tayo sa algebra or yung ating ratio and proportion. So, kahit hindi na po tayo mag-derivative, pwede? Yes, pwede. So, pero, as long as dapat magawa nyo po ang hanggang dito, no? So, ma-formulate nyo na yung area ay is equal to xy, then by ratio and proportion, yung ating y is equal to 4/3 multiplied by 120 minus x. So, let's try to compute the area. Okay, so, kung 30 times 120, that is 3,600. Okay, computein natin, no? 40 times 110, 4,400 ang area nito. Tapos 50 times 100 is 5,000 to. So 60 times 80 is 4,800. So alin kaya dyan yung maximum area? Ang maximum, magbibigay ng maximum area. So ang magbibigay ng maximum area, pagka hindi nyo siya i-derivative, yung 5,000. So baka mamaya ang isagot nyo na kaagad yung 5,000. Okay, so yun lang po yung problema dito pagka hindi kayo magko-compute. So, anong paraan sir para malaman natin na yung D yung magiging sagot? So, meron tayong nagawang equation na y is equal to 4/3 multiply by 120 minus x. So, ganito no, ito yung equation natin, y is equal to 4/3. So, 120 minus x. Okay, try nating i-substitute. Ito yung magiging x, ito yung magiging y. Tama ba na yung x ay mas maliit kaysa sa y? Yes, kasi ito po yung 120, tapos yung ating y is 160. So, try to substitute the value of a, yung ating letter a. Kapag yung x ay equal to 30, ang y value po ba is 120? Tama po ba? Try nyo substitute dyan. So, 120 minus 30 times 4/3. So, 120. Yes, check. Okay? So, try naman natin kung yung letter B. So, if x is equal to 40, then yung y ba is equal to 110. Sige, try nga natin substitute yan sa equation. Substitute natin yung x is equal to 40. 120 minus 40 times 4/3. So, that is 106.67. Medyo malapit na pero ito ay 110. So, ibig sabihin, hindi po ito pwede. Okay? So, mamaya na natin bilugan to, no? So, ibig sabihin, X na tayo dito sa B. So, sa letter C naman, if X is equal to 50, yung Y naman po ay 100. Sige, substitute natin yung X dyan. So, sa 120 minus 50 times 4/3. So, that is 93. Pero 100 yan. So, ibig sabihin, hindi na rin po pwedeng maging sagot si letter C. So, X na rin po itong letter C. So, let's try letter D. Ang letter D natin ay 60 by 80. So, try to substitute yung 60 dyan. So, 120 minus 60 times 4/3 is 80. So, yung X is equal to 60, Y is equal to 80. Tama po ito, no? So, ibig sabihin, dalawa na lang ang pagpipilian nyo. So, X na tayo dito, X na tayo sa B, X na tayo sa C. So, alin sa dalawa yung magiging sagot? Since nag-satisfy parehas yung letter A at saka letter D. Okay? So, dahil nag-satisfy sa equation na ito, yung letter A and D, piliin nyo na kung sino yung mas magbibigay ng mas malaking area sa dalawa. So, si letter A ba o si letter D? Ilan yung area ng letter A? 3,600. Ilan yung area ng letter D? 4,800. So, therefore, ito po ang kailangan nating piliin. Yan ang magbibigay ng maximum area based sa ating choices. So, ito po ay hindi na. Okay? So, kung hindi kayo magde-derivative, meron rin naman pong shortcut dito. Ang x value ay equal lang rin sa base ng ating triangle over 2. Ilan ba yung ating base? 120. I-divide nyo lang yan sa 2. Yun na po yung largest rectangular building na pwede nating ilagay, ma-construct. So, pagdating naman sa y, that is height over 2, 160 over 2, or that is yung height ng ating right triangle, i-divide lang natin sa 2. So, 160 divided by 2, that is 80. Okay? So, yung kanina ay ito na yun, no? Yung sa ating number 3, hindi pala natin nagawa. Solve 2 for values of variable and determine by inspection. So, ito, nagawa na natin yun. Na-solve na natin yung values ng variable. Ayan, nagawa na natin yun, no? Okay? So, yan na yun. And determine by inspection or otherwise whether they maximize or minimize. So, pwede raw i-check natin kung siya ay nag-maximize or nag-minimize. So, kung maalala natin, y prime is equal to 4/3 times 120x minus 4/3. So, di ba ito yan, y prime is equal to 4/3. Yung kanina, 120x minus 2x. Okay, if we set the derivative of this, so, magiging 4/3. So, yung constant, hiwalay lang natin. Tapos, derivative nitong 120 minus 2x. Minus 2x. Okay? So, substitute nyo yung value ng ating x na 60. Y double prime. No? So, 120 minus x. So, wala pala siyang magiging second derivative dito. No? Magiging 0 yung second derivative natin dito. So, y double prime. So, 120. So, may x siya kanina. So, 120 minus 2x. Okay, so, y double prime is 0 lang. So, we can say that this is the maximum by taking the second derivative. Okay? So, ito pala. Sige, 4/3 is y double prime. 4/3 ng 120 is 40. So, y prime pa rin to. So, magiging 120 over 3 is 40. 40 times 4, 160 minus 4/3 ng ating So, magiging minus 8x over 3. Okay. So, take the second derivative. So, ang magiging value po niyan ay 0 minus 8/3. Okay, yung negative sign indicates na siya po ay maximum. Minimum yung ating value. So, if the second derivative is negative, if that is negative, so meaning yan po ay maximum. Okay, so check natin yung second derivative test. No? So kapag ka po negative yung value, so from nag-decrease. So ito po ay increasing to, positive, 0, tapos negative yung slope niya. So ito from negative, naging 0, naging positive. So ibig sabihin, from negative, 0, naging positive, ito po ay increasing. So kapag yan ay increasing, positive to. Ito naman ay decreasing, so ibig sabihin negative. At pagka yan ay decreasing, ang makukuha po nating point doon ay maximum. So yan lang po for today's video, and I hope you learn from this video tutorial. So thank you for watching.